The bullshit today is fascinating because it's social media bullshit. It's a different bullshit than people have ever experienced in all of human history.
Yes.
These people that you don't know chiming in about everything. The good part of that is there's a sharing of ideas, and there's a way of communicating that never existed before, and people are learning so much more about things than ever before. Social media allows people to break news stories long before mainstream media. It allows people to tell you about fascinating stories that maybe you would have never heard of, and amazing archaeological discoveries and scientific advancements, and it's incredible in that regard. But it's also you're dealing with human beings in a weird form where they're not in front of you, they're not talking to you eye to eye, they can say the shittiest things and they don't feel anything.
That's right.
And they're trying to hurt people's feelings, and they make it like an activity.
Yeah.
Like their activity is not jujitsu. Their activity is like shitting on people online, starting trouble.
That's the trend.
Yeah.
Today, that it's just to shit on everything. But
yeah.
You're right. I want to back up for a second because it's so important, right, that people hear this too as well. I think especially coming from you and I, who are kind of in the public eye, and we deal with the shit and the noise and all that, but we also deal with the good stuff. And that, like you were saying, and I am an optimist, I think, in my DNA, so I like to look and search for the good stuff that's out there, the stuff that's going to make me better, help me stretch out my aperture up here, looking at things like, oh, I never looked at it like that. Thank you for bringing that up. That's great. I don't know if I agree, but let's talk a little bit more. Compared to the ones who are the experts, toxicity, and it's this interesting thing that some people have to, I'm going to go out of my way to try and make you feel bad.
Yeah.
And make people feel bad and shit on this whole thing and really not offer anything, I think, constructive.
Right.
You know, that we can talk about and chop up.
Well, it's almost all damaged people. And the problem is a good percentage of the people out there are damaged. And there's a thing about the kind of fucking interaction that people have on social media that just makes their life worse, whether they realize it or not. Just fills their life with anxiety and this weird need to constantly check, see who responded to what you tweeted, and what are the comments on your Facebook post, and reading them all, and you're not living your life. You're just wrapped up in this weird battle of opinions with strangers.
Yes.
You know, and you see people defending themselves online, like, I have done this and I have done that. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? You're arguing with some fucking 15-year-old troll who's in a basement, who's hiding from his stepdad. You're like, what are you doing?
And you know, the what I always love is the typing in all capital letters as if somebody's yelling, and the how dare you, and this. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, it's a sport. It's a sport in trying to get the best response, and there's skill to it. You know, the skill to shitting on people and learning how to like go after people. Like it is a kind of a game. You're trying to like zing them, and then you look at the comments and everybody's agreeing with you. Yeah, get them. Yeah, it's like
and living in that in the just the clickbait culture. You know, and want to raise the profile.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, and this is something you and I were texting about last week. Is how can you tell the difference between the bullshit noise and the toxicity that's always out there compared to, oh, that's an opinion that is worthy of my attention. I just want to look at and look at this for a second. Like, how do you differentiate the two?
It's difficult, right? You got to try to be objective, and you got to try to be unemotional when you read something that someone's writing.